Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the King of Wands. So, the King of Wands. He's a king. Again, the kings represent like mastery of their particular energy in this masculine way. They represent father figures, brothers, these male characters in one's life. It could be the querent, it could be the querent's father, querent's son, brother, but it's going to be a mature masculine energy. The wands is represented by the element of fire. In a regular deck of cards, we're talking about clubs. In the Buddha families, we're talking about the Padma energy. So this guy, he is working with passion, creativity. In his wisdom state, we're talking about innovation. We are talking about like perception and discernment. He's dealing with the human realm, and so all of the feelings that come with being human, like this passion, and like he's kind of dealing with like that kind of energy. But he's learned to tame it. He's like a master of this energy. And so he's not swept away by the passion. He's not swept away in his creativity. He's able to create without losing his mind. He's able to feel the passion and will and drive without it like throwing him off course. In his neurotic state, we're dealing with he can be overbearing. He can be like a hot fire that's just like, oh, I need, give me some ice water kind of a thing. He can have a closed heart. He can like, shut off from others. He can be reserved, a little bit like too reserved. He may like go from, hot and passionate and, from like warm to, if he's hurt or he's offended or he goes into his neurotic state, to like cold, kind of like when you bank a fire down, where it's like, okay, the fire is still there, but I can touch the stove. Why can I touch the stove, right? He can be like that. Because he's dealing with creativity, he's like the master of creativity. And so he's able to see. I often think of him as like one who sees the tree, and he sees beyond the bark and the roots and branches and leaves, and even beyond like the sunshine and water and soil that give it nutrients. And he sees a table, and he sees, a set of blocks or a toy train. He sees a piece of firewood. And because he has a highly developed sense of discernment, he knows the difference between like a really good piece of firewood and a piece of wood that would be great to build a house, or a piece of wood that would be a really beautiful hardwood floor. And he is going to because he has this ability to create, he's able to see kind of beyond the bark of the tree and the leaves. And I think that he has that ability with other people as well. Like he's going to be able to see, okay, you're coming to me with this, but what is underneath of that? What's driving that? He's going to kind of have that ability. Again, he's mature masculine energy, and so this is a man we're talking about. This is he deals with that energy in a masculine way. As he was being born, it felt important that he, like his image kind of jumped out at me as we were co-creating him. He felt like he could be represented by like a Latino man, or a man of the global South, not necessarily a man of the global North, although I think he could be. But for this deck, it felt important that he be represented by like a man of color, a black man in particular. He's the kind of guy, the kind of father, the kind of man who is, like I said, he's mature. He has worked with this energy for a long time, and so he's not so swept away with it. He knows how to use it to his advantage. He knows how to use it to navigate this world. And so he can be very flirtatious at times. I think of him as like, he's the guy who, who's at the party with his wife, and the wife is going to joke about him flirting, and she's not going to be intimidated by him because she just knows that's just a part of the way he expresses this energy that is like, so of him. And just because he flirts, it doesn't mean he's going to, grab the woman or something, or he's going to cheat on his wife or something like that. He just kind of has this energy of flirtation with him. Because he's the master of innovation, he has a lot of really great ideas, and so he's the kind of guy, if you come to him, he might help you to see another way, like more creative way to approach your problem, or maybe kind of help you to expand beyond the way that you were kind of seeing things, because he has this ability to kind of stretch. He has this ability to stretch the tree beyond its leaves and bark, and this plant that breathes oxygen into the environment, but also it helps to cook food, and it keeps us warm, and it provides a table and chairs for us to sit on, or a toy for a child to play with. And so he's going to kind of represent that energy. This particular suit is a suit that is represented, it's a biracial family or a biracial suit. And that felt important as I went through this family. It felt like it was a biracial family. It felt like the man felt like a black man, but the woman felt like a white woman. And of course, I'll get more into her when I talk about the queens. But yeah, he felt important to be a black man, and I'm not fully sure why, other than like his image kept coming to me as I was drawing. It just kept like feeling like this is what he looked like. Once he was created, he was not one that felt like he needed a lot of attention coming back to him. He was just like, oh, this is him. This feels right. This feels good. His wand, I was playing with this idea of like either the long kind of staff wand or the short, handheld wand. And so that was the only thing that I kind of played with this card that wasn't initially clear. But once the wand kind of came about, then it was like, oh yes, this feels correct. This is right. It feels correct to be with him, and it feels correct to be in this card, and the energy felt correct. And so, yeah, like I say, it wasn't a lot of back and forth with him. What else do I want to say about him? I think that's it for now. In the next video, I will talk about the King of Swords, and I look forward to sharing that one with you soon. Thanks for joining me.